Anthem and the presentation of colors. Please be seated. And please welcome the Provost of Virginia Commonwealth University, Dr. Gail Hackett.
Good morning, and welcome to Virginia Commonwealth University's commencement ceremony. Today, we gather to celebrate VCU's class of 2018. I'm Gail Hackett, and I'm Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. On behalf of President Michael Rao, the Board of Visitors, and our faculty and staff, it is a pleasure to welcome you to this morning's commencement. Please join me in recognizing our VCU Police Honor Guard, our soloist Ella Mort, and the VCU Commencement Band, conducted by Terry Austin, for leading us in the national anthem. Now I'll introduce those who share the platform with me today. I ask the members of the platform party to rise as they are recognized and to remain standing. Kindly hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Rector of the VCU Board of Visitors, Phoebe Hall, and members of the Board of Visitors. VCU Alumni President Jim Williams, our academic vice presidents and deans, Faculty Senate President Scott Street, and Student Government Association President Destiny Morini. On each side of the stage are our Grand Marshals Umberto Fabello and Catherine Ingracia. Other members of the platform party will be recognized during the program. Will all members of the platform party please rise? Please join me in recognizing this wonderful group. Today, we are pleased to acknowledge and extend a warm welcome to students and guests from VCU's campus in Doha, Qatar. Would you please stand so we may recognize you? I'm also pleased to recognize alumni emeriti of the Medical College of Virginia and Richmond Professional Institute who graduated more than 50 years ago. This includes the 50th anniversary class of 1968 who are celebrating today as alumni of VCU's legacy institutions. Would you please stand so we may recognize you? We are also joined by members of our outstanding and committed faculty, including several emeriti faculty. Would all faculty please rise so that we may thank you for the integral role you have played in transforming the lives of our graduates. Thank you. I now welcome to the podium the President of Virginia Commonwealth University, Dr. Michael Rao. President Rao.
Thank you, Provost Tackett. Good morning. It's so great to be together again. This is my favorite time of the year. To this year's graduates, your families, and all your loved ones, my heartfelt congratulations. You're graduating today from a nationally and internationally recognized university. You know, by coming to VCU, I want you to think about this. You have shaped this university, and you have played a large role in making it what it is today. So, no matter where you find yourselves, no matter where you are, you'll always be a member of the VCU family, and I know you'll be proud of that. You've been challenged within and outside of the classroom, and I want you to remember that many of you have challenged us. And together, we have changed. We have changed a lot. And this is exactly how it needs to be. You and your classmates came to VCU from a wide range of backgrounds with a common goal of learning, of creating, in making a difference at this university, and most certainly for the people in our communities and beyond. Many of you are first generation, some of you are multi-generational, some of you are what we might call super seniors, and you are all lifelong achievers. You're committed to excellence, and you're also committed, most importantly, to the success of other people. You're driven, you're compassionate, you're innovative, and as we continue to work together toward a more perfect union, you are absolutely the future and strength of this world. So writer and environmental activist Terry Tempest Williams once said, and I want to quote her exactly right now, "The eyes of the future are looking back at us, and they're praying for us to see beyond our own times." End quote. Now, isn't that what it is to be human? This is you. This is you, the class of 2018. You know what's coming, and you are absolutely ready for it. You chose to stand up for your classmates and your community. I can point to changes that you set into motion at this university. Some of you came to my office a few years ago and you pressed for a faculty that better represents and looks like and is like our students. You said that our university needed to be more equitable and accessible to everyone who comes here to live, to learn, and to create. You collaborated with other people in vastly different disciplines, different than so many of your own, so that you could discover and create better ways to do old things. You questioned many things, and in the end, you have helped to raise our standards. You have helped VCU to become a stronger university that continues to evolve every day. So I wanted to quote somebody else, Congressman and civil rights leader John Lewis. Let me tell you something he said that I think captures a lot of what I'm thinking about today perfectly. Quote, "You are a light. You are the light. Never let anyone, any person, or any force dampen, dim, or diminish your light. Study the path of others to make your way easier and to make your way more abundant. Lean toward the whispers of your own heart. Discover the universal truth and follow its dictate. Release the need to hate. To harbor division and the enticement of revenge. Release all bitterness. Hold only to love, only peace in your heart, knowing that the battle of good to overcome evil is already won." He said, "Choose confrontation wisely, but when it is your time, don't be afraid to stand up, and speak out against injustice." End quote. So, yes, please, that's worth recognition for sure. So, to our graduates of Virginia Commonwealth University, from the widest range of programs anyone could imagine, we look to you with great confidence that you are the light, because you received a world-class education with amazing educators, with amazing mentors, and a supportive community, and each other. You all supported each other, and I'm proud of you for that. You're ready for the future. You will go forth, and you will make great things happen in all of our communities and throughout the world. I am incredibly proud of you, and I'm so excited about the mark that you're going to make on the world, and perhaps most importantly, the mark that you're going to make on people everywhere. Thank you for making VCU what it is. Thank you for making all of us so proud. Thank you for raising this university. Congratulations to the class of 2018. And now I'm so pleased, and really it's my honor, my heartfelt honor, to introduce one of VCU's shining stars. He's another great example of a VCU alum who has used his talents and his gifts to make a real difference in the world for real people. Actor and philanthropist Boris Kodjoe currently stars as Dr. And I see you've learned the wave as well. Awesome. He stars as Dr. Will Campbell in the CBS medical drama Code Black. His previous TV roles include Phil Miller in The Last Man on Earth, and he playing himself in The Real Husbands of Hollywood, Stephen Bloom in Undercovers, and sports agent Damon Carter in Showtime's Soul Food. He made his Broadway debut in 2008 in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, opposite James Earl Jones. And on the big screen, he starred in several well-known films that we all know. Most recently, he was the voice of Klaus in the animated movie Ferdinand, along with his wife, actor Nicole Ari Parker, who's right over here. Along with their beautiful children and family today. Boris is dedicated to supporting global health and wellness initiatives in multicultural communities through their nonprofit foundation, named in their daughter's honor, Sophie's Voice. Boris attended VCU on a tennis scholarship, and he graduated with a bachelor's degree in marketing. As a student athlete, Boris was a 4-year letterman and is 11th all-time in VCU tennis history with 75 career single victories. In 2017, he was inducted into the VCU Athletics Hall of Fame. We are so proud of Boris and honored that he is our keynote speaker today. Boris, thank you so much for coming back home. Everyone, join me in a warm welcome for Boris Kodjoe.
Good morning. I got to change a couple of settings here for the people above 6'4". All right. Where are my people from the School of Marketing? Represent. Okay. I am extremely honored and excited to be standing here today before you all. I'd like to thank President Rao, the VCU faculty, congratulate all my fellow honorees, but most importantly, I'm going to say, congratulations, VCU class of 2018. Well done. I want to say my goal today is to try to keep all of your eyes open and your ears open. Because I remember when I was sitting where you are right now, I think I got to admit, come minute 28, I was out. I was asked earlier if I remembered my keynote speaker, and I had to admit, I had no idea. So my goal here today is to make sure that when somebody asks you a couple years from now, you remember this moment. If anything, because of his outfit. But seriously, speaking to you here today is a moment that I will cherish forever. But when I first got the call to come here today, I thought they had made a mistake. I thought, don't they know that I just graduated from here? Did they forget that we just won our last conference tournament championship with the tennis team? I literally just packed my 2 suitcases, left my apartment on 1620 Monument Avenue, moved to New York. Where are my people from Monument Avenue? But then I realized I had blinked and 22 years have passed. That's right, I appreciate your collective gasps of bewilderment and shock as you try to do the math in your head. Yeah, that's right. It's shocking. But I am 34 years old. But enough about me. We are celebrating you all today. And while you are most deserving of all the accolades, we should also salute a few other people in attendance. They are the people who tried not to cry when they dropped you off here 4 years ago. The people who allowed you to only use their credit card number for school supplies and food, but then you accidentally put a bunch of Amazon charges on their card. See, now they're coming alive now. The people who worked 3 jobs so you would get a biology degree and later go to medical school. That's right. But then you decided to change your major to interpretive arts without telling them. You know who you are. They need no introduction, but they do need your acknowledgement. That's right. So if you please look in the direction of those people and repeat after me. I am beyond happy and grateful that I have you in my life. We're not done yet. That's right. Sit down. That you have supported and always believed in me. I am sorry that I spent all your money. I promise that I will use my degree. I promise that I will not become an Instagram model. And I promise to only move back in with you until my startup gets funded. I love you and I appreciate you. Now give him a nice hand of appreciation. Well done, mamas and papas, aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas, well done. I remember this moment very vividly. Wearing my cap and gown, my family in the stands, and standing amongst my fellow graduates 22 years ago made me think back to that boy who grew up in Germany. That boy who was raised by a single white mom, who took classes during the day and worked night shifts at the hospital to support her children. That boy who was teased by other kids every single day because he was different. See, just the mere thought of one day walking on campus of this very university, graduating with a degree in business, or eventually making a career as an actor, a producer, an entrepreneur, would have been completely ridiculous and absolutely unrealistic. My parents had divorced when I was 5 years old, and I subconsciously chose tennis as a means of dealing with my disappointment and anger. Now, it's known that children of divorced parents either internalize or externalize that post-traumatic stress. Well, I externalized a lot of yellow fuzzy balls against the side of my neighbor's house, one after the other, harder and harder, all day, every day, come rain or shine. See, the hitting of the tennis balls helped me release some of that frustration that I had built up inside. Gave me a feeling of normalcy, a sense of security that I was yearning for. The rhythmic sound of the ball hitting that cement drowned out some of the chatter that was circulating in my head. All I needed was to hit one more ball, just one more, and the thoughts would finally subside. So I kept at it in hopes of some kind of relief. I learned about resilience at that wall. I learned about patience, discipline, and to never give up. And I also learned that it takes about 3 full days to paint one side of your neighbor's house, which is what my mother made me do all by myself because our neighbor had complained about the thousands of ball marks printed across that wall. But most importantly, tennis gave me confidence. And I'm not speaking about confidence as in, I'm the greatest and I can do anything. No. I didn't acquire that version until decades later. Back then, the confidence I felt was a very basic level of comfort that gave me the ability to just barely consider the possibility that a tall, skinny Afro-German boy who could hit a tennis ball better than most grown man, but who was told daily by other children in school and on the playground that he looked weird, had ugly hair, and must never be touched because deine schwarze Haut ist ansteckend. Your black skin is contagious. That a boy like me would eventually, hopefully, find his place in the world without feeling the need to apologize for being there. That meant literally reminding myself every day of my right to be who I wanted to be. Armed with that somewhat reluctant confidence, I excelled as a tennis player, climbed up the international rankings, and played all the major junior tournaments in Europe. Life was good. And despite puberty and a very cool high-top fade, I survived my teenage years with a certain degree of dignity. But at 17 years old, my aspirations of being a professional tennis player were brought to an abrupt halt when I was diagnosed with a rare spinal deficiency. I was one of the top juniors in the world, and a doctor had told me that even if I dedicated myself to a strict regimen of medical treatments and nutritional changes, reaching my goal would be an impossibility. I was devastated. I'd worked so hard and sacrificed so much. There were days I would leave for school at 6 in the morning, ride a train for 90 minutes after school to get to practice, train for 3 hours, then do homework on the train ride back to get back home and to bed at midnight. On weekends, I would work at the local courts and make sandwiches for people, string their rackets, clean the locker. I didn't drink, I didn't go to parties. This was my plan, right? It was my destiny. I thought I was a failure, and that I had disappointed every single person who believed in me. The truth is, more than being frustrated, I was afraid of the future. My plan had been destroyed, and I was scared to make a new one. That's when my phone rang. The call came from Paul Kodjoe. Yeah, give it up for Paul Kodjoe. You hear? He was the head coach of the VCU tennis team, and he asked me to consider coming to Richmond to study on an athletic scholarship. Now, coming to America on my own, to a strange culture, to people I didn't know, was quite a scary proposition for a teenager from Germany. All I knew about America were the two Michaels, Jackson and Jordan. I didn't speak English, and Richmond was a long way from home. I was afraid that I'd go all the way over there just to find out that it was too hard. Certainly I would fail again. I should just stay at home, where it was comfortable, where I had my friends and family and lived my life. But I did it. I accepted the scholarship. The amazing welcome I received right here from Coach Kodjoe and VCU upon my arrival cannot be overstated. See, Paul Kodjoe is a man who is committed to developing successful human beings rather than just great athletes. And he helped me manage my time on the court to avoid further injury to my back, as well as made sure I excelled in the classroom. It's because of him that I ended up with a 4-year college degree and formed lifelong relationships with people who I'm blessed to call my second family. Thank you, Coach. After I had graduated from VCU with a BA in marketing, where are my people at? I visited New York. That's when my story turned into a bit from a Zoolander sequel, if you will. I was discovered by an agent from the Ford Modeling Agency and spent the next few years traveling the world getting paid for the same reason I had been bullied 10 years earlier. Because I looked different. And I kept failing over and over again. I was too big to fit the clothes, too dark to do catalogs, too light to do the edgy editorial campaigns. I couldn't do commercials because I looked like a basketball player, but I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I even lost a job once because the client found out I was from Germany. I was effectively being discriminated against for being German after spending most of my life being discriminated against for not being German enough. But I kept at it, just like back at my neighbor's wall. Harder and harder, come rain or shine, all day, every day. Then in 2000, I was 28 years old. Yeah, that's right. I was asked to audition for a television show that was shooting in Toronto, Canada. See, I'd been in acting class because I had heard that I could get rid of my German accent by learning breathing techniques they taught in acting school. I was very self-conscious about the way I spoke. And I was sure I would embarrass myself in front of all these people because they expected me to sound like Denzel, not like a German soldier. But I did it, and I was blessed to get the role on a program called Soul Food, the series. On the show, I met the amazingly talented and beautiful actress/goddess, Nicole Ari Parker. Get up, babe. Come on, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. There she is. That's right. Salute the Queen, VCU. You know what's right. Yes, Nicole, who eventually became my wife and blessed me with two amazing children, Sophie and Nico. Hello, Sophie and Nico. Get up. Stand up. The princess and the prince. See, these stories have one important element in common: a turning point. A moment that might have seemed ordinary at the time, but gained in significance after it had passed because of one single choice I made. Because that choice produced a chain of events that led me all the way to speaking to you here today. Arguably, I did make the right choice back then. But what would have happened if I had made a different one? If I had made the choice to stay in Germany? Well, I wouldn't have come to VCU. I wouldn't have graduated with a degree. I wouldn't have gone to New York after graduation, only to be discovered by Rita from the Ford agency. I wouldn't have been in fashion shows and designer campaigns all over the world. I wouldn't have gone to acting class to get rid of my German accent. I wouldn't have auditioned for Soul Food or gotten the part. I wouldn't have met my amazingly beautiful actress/goddess wife, Nicole. And we wouldn't have gotten married and created these incredibly two children over there. In other words, Sophie and Nicholas wouldn't exist right now if it weren't for VCU. Now, some of you might want to argue about the notion of destiny being void of consequence, meaning Sophie and Nicholas, through some greater ethereal truth of the universe, would still be here today, even if I had chosen to stay in Germany. To you, I say, you're missing the point. The point of the story is that the element of turning point in my life triggered the before-mentioned chain of events because I faced my fear of failure and stepped out on faith. See, fear of failure is that constant presence in our lives. You can be honest. It's that little cloud that follows us around and rains on us right when we last need it, when we least need it. Usually right before a test, an important job interview, or on a date with a person that's clearly way out of our league. It's that habit that is formed during early childhood development, initiated by our parents' intuitive drive to keep us safe. Be careful, watch out. No. So we develop the fear of falling off our bike, the fear of not making a team, the fear of being different, too big, too small, too dark, too light, too German, not enough German. The fear of embarrassment, humiliation, the fear of not measuring up, and eventually coming up short even if we try, which is the most common deterrent from guess what? Success. I had to deal with those fears back then, and I still do today. I know the fear of failure is real. You are living in a time of great technological advances. Most of you will probably at some point use technology that hasn't been invented yet to find a solution to a problem that we have yet to discover. When I was here at VCU, I didn't use a laptop, and I only went to the computer lab to type essays, save them on a floppy disk, and print them out. See, your parents know floppy disks. It's funny, when my son was going through our stuff in the garage, he found a cassette tape. And he took the cassette tape and he put it up to his eyes. And he said, "How does that work, Daddy?" Just remember, I'm 34. When my teammate logged into his personal computer to book my flight and printed out my boarding pass right there in his room, I was convinced he worked for the Pentagon. But you, my dear millennials, are forced to deal with cyber attacks and daily viral clutter. You're assaulted with impressions and notifications all day. You're being DM'd, pinged, tweeted, tagged, texted, and you can't get away. In your real life, you're stuck with student debt for the next 2 decades. You're told you're too entitled to have ambition, too spoiled to appreciate, too lazy to work hard, too desensitized to know passion. Then you're told to follow that passion because money will come. What? Meanwhile, all over your Instagram feed are 22-year-olds who didn't go to VCU but are making millions traveling to exotic places and tagging their outfits for a living. Hashtag YOLO. No, the fear of failure is real. But that's where faith comes in. And it doesn't matter whether you believe in Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha, Shiva, Hashem, Krishna, or any other source of strength and love. What matters is that you use that very source to find the courage to turn failure from a fear into a friend. Winston Churchill said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Dear class of 2018, I implore you, you must give yourself permission to fail in order to experience the privilege of success. There's no success without failure, because there's no triumph without adversity. There's no diploma without a lesson learned. Have faith that when you fall and get up again, you will win. Say it with me. Say, I will win. And have faith that whenever you fall, we all will be there to help you get up and help you win. Turn to your neighbor right now and say, I will help you win. Because like your neighbors, your friends, your family, your village, we are the people that are here to uplift and empower one another. That's humanity, which is another important aspect responsible for the turning points in my life. A coach who saw more than an athlete and decided to empower me so I could entertain the many possibilities of my journey ahead. An agent who selflessly guided me along so I could take advantage of opportunities, fall down, get up, learn from my mistakes, and make the right decisions for my future. A beautiful woman who took me by the hand and showed me love and happiness that I had never experienced before. And 2 children who made me the father I am today and gave me my very true purpose in life. Humanity is support of a stranger, not the judgment of his customs or his speech. Humanity is refuge of a displaced, not the passing of laws disallowing him safety and peace. Humanity is kindness when not required, not the ridiculing of the less fortunate. Humanity is empathy without expectation, not ignoring and cruel. Humanity is tolerance, generosity, compassion. Humanity is love for all of us. See, in a world where there's so much emphasis placed on data, scalability, algorithms, shares, ROIs, CPMs, we tend to forget to connect, to look at each other, to shake hands, to hug, to compliment, to praise, to create together, to celebrate each other. That's the importance of humanity. Because, you know, it's all too much sometimes. The country is divided, the president is confused, the Dow is up and down, Black Lives Matter, Me Too, DACA, Syria, Time's Up, guns for teachers in school, Kanye, I can't breathe, hands up. Hold on, wait, stop. Where is humanity? I say it's right here, amongst you. Class of 2018, you have been blessed with an education that has ensured your academic development and your social awareness. An education that has given you knowledge and ignited your curiosity of the world and all of its people beyond these grounds. An education that has nurtured your confidence, fortified your integrity, and expanded your socially conscious mind. I truly admire you, because you have met the divisiveness that has been festering amongst us and built bridges using language of empathy. You were outspoken in Charlottesville, enraged and engaged in Parkland. You marched and protested in DC. You are determined in the redefining of our core values and vicious in the resurrecting of our moral compass. You understand that just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right. But mostly, you proudly defend the unity, equality, and the freedom of the entire human race in all of its diversity, because that's what makes us good. Dearest class of 2018, I am filled with hope and tremendous pride as I look into the future with you, our leaders, showing us the way. God bless you all.
That will most certainly be one of the best commencement speeches of 2018. Boris, thank you so much. It'll be one of the best because you will remember it and you'll be able to use it. Boris, we're so proud of you. And thank you for opening up and sharing so much of your life with us. You have inspired all of us, not just our graduates, but everyone in this entire arena. Thank you. Each year, we offer special recognition to people who have enhanced VCU and have enhanced the quality of life in our communities and around the world. We begin today with the presentation of the Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters, which is Virginia Commonwealth University's highest recognition. This year, we're very proud to present this award to our commencement speaker, Boris Kodjoe. So Rector Phoebe Hall, would you please escort Mr. Kodjoe forward?
Can you get Hackett?
Boris Kodjoe. As an accomplished actor and generous philanthropist, you have made your alma mater proud. Your award-winning work as an actor of all disciplines has entertained and inspired us. More importantly, it has served as a platform by which you have educated us and given back to causes that enrich the human condition. Because of your compassion and generosity, you are distinguished in your craft and in your commitment to making the world a better place. President Rao.
Boris Kodjoe, in recognition of your great achievements by the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of Virginia Commonwealth University, it is my pleasure to hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and emoluments thereunto pertaining.
So now I can do surgery legally. Is that right? Let's get to surgery, people.
And now it is time to present the Edward A. Wayne Medal, which honors people who have made outstanding contributions or provided exemplary service to VCU. And this year, the Wayne Medal goes to Ginny and Charles Crone, two wonderful friends of the university. Rector Hall, could you please also escort both of the Crones forward to the podium?
Ginny and Charles Crone, your extraordinary philanthropy and exceptional service have made a meaningful and lasting impact at Virginia Commonwealth University and VCU Health. Your 30 years of remarkable volunteer engagement have made the VCU Health Sciences schools, hospitals, centers, and clinics better and stronger, and will continue to enrich our community. Your investment of time and resources has set a powerful example and embodies a sense of passion, vision, and determination that is worth emulating. President Rao.
And this is one I have looked forward to for a very long time. Ginny and Charles Crone, in recognition of your great generosity, your wisdom, and your support, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of Virginia Commonwealth University, it is absolutely my pleasure to hereby present to you the Edward A. Wayne Medal. Our final award this morning is the Board of Visitors Award. This is an award that is very special and recognizes the achievements of a student who has outstanding academic achievement, leadership, and who has provided service to the university and service to the greater community at large. The recipient, by the way, receives a very special scholarship equal to 1 year of tuition and fees, and it is put together by the Board of Visitors, by the way, personally. We are very pleased to have finalists for the Board of Visitors Award here today, Abigail Byram and Reina Fuentes, who are located over here. Congratulations to the two of you. And now at this time, I have the privilege of announcing that this year's Board of Visitor Award goes to Terry Everett. And I'm going to ask Rector Hall if she will kindly escort Terry forward toward the podium. Provost Hackett.
Terry Everett, your high academic achievement, strong leadership, and compassionate service have set you on a path to success, as well as positively influenced your peers and helped ignite the potential in others. You exemplify the very best Virginia Commonwealth University has to offer, and your commitment to excellence in scholarship has made an indelible mark on the university and the community at large. President Rao.
Terry Everett, in recognition of your great achievements by the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of Virginia Commonwealth University, it is my sincere pleasure to present to you the 2018 Board of Visitors Award. Congratulations again to all of our honorees. So now it is that time that you have been waiting for, when we present all of our degree candidates for their graduation. And I will begin by asking our Graduate School Dean, Doug Boudinot, if he'll please come forward and present candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy please rise? Mr. President, it gives me great happiness to present these candidates who have fulfilled all the requirements and are represented by the graduate faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, and upon the recommendation of your faculties, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your degree, Doctor of Philosophy. Dean Boudinot.
The candidate's major advisor will join me in putting the graduates. The President will be joined by Rector Hall in congratulating our new graduates.
Doctor of Philosophy in Health-Related Sciences, William Campbell, accompanied by Carolyn Watts. Doctor of Philosophy in Health-Related Sciences, Michael Henshaw, accompanied by Carolyn Watts. Doctor of Philosophy in Health-Related Sciences, Robert Fix, accompanied by Tony Gentry. Doctor of Philosophy in Health-Related Sciences, Jennifer Inker, accompanied by Tracy Gendron. Doctor of Philosophy in Rehabilitation and Movement Science, Tanya Tripathi, accompanied by Stacy Dusing. Doctor of Philosophy in Health-Related Sciences, David O'Connor, accompanied by Chuck Biddle. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Heather Coleman, accompanied by Yaoying Zhu. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Savannah Love, accompanied by Sharon Zumbrough. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Marcy Walsh, accompanied by Sharon Zumbrough. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Marta Montiel, accompanied by Cheryl Shakeshaft. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Lisa Rufer, accompanied by James McMillan. Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Taryn Traylor, accompanied by Kevin Sutherland. Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, Lauren Griggs, accompanied by Rosalind Hobson Hargraves. Doctor of Philosophy in Engineering, Yuha Guo, accompanied by Weijun Zhao. Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical and Nuclear Engineering, Mehran Abolgasemi Bizaki, accompanied by Gary Tepper. Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical and Nuclear Engineering, Brandon Dodd, accompanied by Gary Tepper. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Biology, Courtney Braxton, accompanied by Martin Safo. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Piyusha Pagari, accompanied by Martin Safo. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Biology, Samantha Murray Kettner, accompanied by Nicholas Farrell. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Daniel Fisher, accompanied by Frank Gupton. Doctor of Philosophy in Engineering, Yuan Yang, accompanied by Frank Gupton. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Christopher Freeman, accompanied by Marianne Collinson. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, K.G. Meng, accompanied by Marianne Collinson. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Dilip Kumar Paul, accompanied by Marianne Collinson. Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Melissa Choi, accompanied by Marianne Collinson. Doctor of Philosophy in Media, Art, and Text, Justin Green, accompanied by Richard Fine. Doctor of Philosophy in Media, Art, and Text, Paula Tolero Alvarez, accompanied by Archana Patak. Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, Tanisha Riley, accompanied by Zawalunji Zerpel. Doctor of Philosophy in Health Psychology, Tori Spindle, accompanied by Zawalunji Zerpel. Doctor of Philosophy in Rehabilitation and Movement Science, Justin Canada, accompanied by Ronald Evans. Doctor of Philosophy in Integrative Life Sciences, Malika Argude, accompanied by Malgorzata Ducat. Doctor of Philosophy in Integrative Life Sciences, Abigail Glasscock, accompanied by Jennifer Fetwis. Doctor of Philosophy in Integrative Life Sciences, Heather Caslin, accompanied by Brian Varelli. Doctor of Philosophy in Integrative Life Sciences, Shilpa Singh, accompanied by Brian Varelli. Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry, Debolina Biswa, accompanied by Tomas Cordula. Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology and Immunology, Devin Cash, accompanied by Cynthia Cornelison. Doctor of Philosophy in Medical Physics, Mark Austin, accompanied by Seyoung Kim. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Matthew Baer, accompanied by Raymond Colello. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Savannah Banusa, accompanied by Jeff Dupree. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Amir Elathi, accompanied by Diomedes Logothetis. Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Vinay Kumar Idikuda, accompanied by Li Zhu. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology, Kumiko Lippo, accompanied by William Dewey. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology, Wissam Toma, accompanied by William Dewey. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology, Ajinkya Kaule, accompanied by William Dewey. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology, Maciej Gonek, accompanied by William Dewey. Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, Eleanor Bremer, accompanied by Nancy Jello. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, May Al-Hazami, accompanied by David Holdford. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Sarah Almany, accompanied by David Holdford. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dua Pavel, accompanied by Patricia Sladden. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dua Bakashwain, accompanied by Patricia Sladen. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Debolina Biswa, accompanied by Matthew Hallquist. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Celeste Wilkinson, accompanied by Matthew Hallquist. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Emmanuel Kodjoe, accompanied by Adam Hawkridge. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, Crystal Lebrand, accompanied by Mary Peace McRae. Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Translational Sciences, Philip Reed McDonough, accompanied by Jamal Zwiet. Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry, Asim Alam, accompanied by Jamal Zwiet. Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Translational Sciences, Justin Sperlaza, accompanied by Gordon Ginder. Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical and Translational Sciences, Jeremy Meyer, accompanied by Gordon Ginder. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Administration, Jae-Young Lee, accompanied by Ma-Young Jin. Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Administration, Michael Rawls, accompanied by Mikey Phillipson. Doctor of Philosophy in Epidemiology, Tricia Sando, accompanied by Juan Liu.
All right, so you want me to get the, not route the other? Okay.
Doctor of Philosophy in Human Genetics, Navanitha Bharathan, accompanied by Jose Alcaine.
Thank you very much. And now I will ask our School of Education Dean, Andrew Dare, to please come forward and present candidates for the Doctor of Education degree.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Education please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Education, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all the requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Education. Now we will move forward with our hooding. Dean Dare.
The candidates and major advisors will join me in hooding the EDD graduates. The President will be joined by Rector Hall in congratulating the graduates.
Yeah, they're doing some new stuff. That's for sure.
Doctor of Education in Leadership, Megan Becker, accompanied by Jonathan Becker. Doctor of Education in Leadership, Allison Jones, accompanied by Jonathan Becker. Doctor of Education in Leadership, Christina Bethea Odejami, accompanied by Tamika Ferguson. Doctor of Education in Leadership, Robert Clarkson, accompanied by Tamika Ferguson. Doctor of Education in Leadership, Zandra Rollinson, accompanied by Tamika Ferguson. Doctor of Education in Leadership, Danica Nebla Robinson, accompanied by Tamika Ferguson. Doctor of Education in Leadership, Dia Champ, accompanied by Genevieve Siegel-Hawley. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Stephen Hackett, accompanied by Genevieve Siegel-Hawley. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Kevin Wade, accompanied by Genevieve Siegel-Hawley. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Shayna Cook, accompanied by Cheryl Shakeshaft. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Chad Krause, accompanied by Cheryl Shakeshaft. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Stephanie Odera, accompanied by Cheryl Shakeshaft. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Ryan Devlin, accompanied by Catherine Mansfield. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Kimberly Doucette, accompanied by Barbara Driver. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Reed Newman, accompanied by Barbara Driver. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Glenda Smith, accompanied by Barbara Driver. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Corrine Edwards, accompanied by Thomas Beatty. Doctor of Education and Leadership, Demelza Gonzalez Flores, accompanied by Thomas Beatty.
Everyone, congratulations to our PhD and EDD graduates. And now I will ask Dean Boudinot to please return to the podium so that he can present candidates for master's degrees and post-baccalaureate certificates in all of our disciplines.
Will the master's degree candidates for all majors in the following schools and offices please rise and remain standing? College of Engineering, College of Health Professions, College of Humanities and Sciences, School of the Arts, School of Business, School of Dentistry, School of Education, L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs, School of Medicine, School of Nursing, School of Pharmacy, School of Social Work, VCU Life Sciences, VCU Da Vinci Center, and VCU Office of Research. Will the candidates for all post-baccalaureate certificates please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the Graduate School, it gives me great pleasure to present these candidates who have filled all the requirements and are recommended by the graduate faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of each of your faculties, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you your master's degrees and certificates. Thank you very much. At this time, I will ask Senior Associate Dean of the College of Health Professions, Lex Tartaglia, to come forward and present candidates for the degree Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of College of Health Professions Dean Cecil Drain, it gives me great pleasure to present these candidates who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, and with the recommendation of your faculty, it is my pleasure to confer upon each one of you your degree, Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia Practice. Congratulations. Dr. Tartaglia, would you please now present candidates for the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy?
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the College of Health Professions Dean Cecil Drain, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, with the recommendation of the Physical Therapy faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy. Thank you. At this time, I will ask School of Dentistry Dean Dave Surratt to please come forward so that he can present candidates for the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery.
Thank you, President Rao. As Dean of the School of Dentistry, will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Dentistry, it gives me great pleasure to present these students, these outstanding students who have fulfilled all the requirements and are recommended by our tremendous faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of the faculty in dentistry, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery. Thank you. At this time, I will ask School of Medicine Dean Peter Buckley to please come forward and present candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine.
Will the real doctors or candidates for degree of Doctor of Medicine please rise? Mr. President, as the privileged Dean of the School of Medicine, it gives me great pleasure to to present these students who have fulfilled all the requirements and are recommended by our School of Medicine faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, with the recommendation of the faculty in medicine, it is my pleasure to confer upon each one of you the degree Doctor of Medicine. I will now ask School of Nursing Dean Jean Giddens to please come forward and present candidates for the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the inaugural candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Nursing, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all the requirements and are recommended by our outstanding faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, with the recommendation of the nursing faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice. Thank you. Congratulations on being the inaugural class. At this time, I will ask School of Pharmacy Dean Joe DePiro to please come forward so that he can present candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Pharmacy, it gives me pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty in pharmacy, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you the degree Doctor of Pharmacy. At this time, would VCU Honors College Dean Barry Falk please come forward to the podium to acknowledge students who are graduating today with Latin and University honors.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. In accordance with university tradition, those bachelor degree holders who have done exceptionally well academically and have completed a minimum of 45 credits at VCU are recognized with Latin honors. All students with a grade point average between 3.3 and 3.59 on a scale up to 4.0 are graduating today cum laude, which signifies graduation with academic distinction. Will these students please rise? All students with a grade point average between 3.6 and 3.89 are graduating magna cum laude, which signifies graduation with high academic distinction. Will these students please rise? All students with a grade point average of 3.9 or higher are graduating today summa cum laude, which signifies graduation with the highest academic distinction. Will these students please rise? Thank you and congratulations to you all. At this time, I would also like to recognize those bachelor degree candidates who, in addition to earning at least a 3.5 GPA, have completed the rigorous requirements of VCU and VCUQ's Honors College and Honors Program, and will graduate today with university honors. Would you please stand? Congratulations on an exceptional achievement. Thank you.
And now we will move forward to award our baccalaureate degrees and certificates. And to do that, I will ask College of Engineering Dean Barbara Boyan if she will please come forward.
Will all of the candidates for the bachelor's degrees, baccalaureate certificates, and post-baccalaureate undergraduate certificates from the Best and First College of Engineering at VCU please rise? Mr. President, it is with great pride and pleasure as Dean of the College of Engineering that I present to you these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, and upon the recommendation of the engineering faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. And at this time, I will now ask College of Health Professions Senior Associate Dean Lex Tartaglia to come back to the podium to present candidates for their degrees.
Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees in the newly named College of Health Professions please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the College of Health Professions Dean Cecil Drain, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, with the recommendation of your faculty and health professions, it is my pleasure to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. At this time, I ask College of Humanities and Sciences Dean Montse Fuentes to please come forward to the podium. Dean Fuentes.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for all the bachelor's degrees, baccalaureate certificates, and post-baccalaureate undergraduate certificates in the College of Humanities and Sciences please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the College of Humanities and Sciences, it gives me great pleasure and it is an honor to present these hardworking, talented students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by our standing faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of each of your faculties, it is my pleasure to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. At this time, I will ask School of the Arts Dean Sean Brixey to please come forward to the podium and present his candidates for his school for their baccalaureate degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Will the candidates for all the bachelor's degrees and baccalaureate certificates in the #1 ranked public research university School of the Arts in the United States please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of the Arts, it gives me extraordinary pleasure to present these extraordinary students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of the Faculty in Arts, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates.
Well done.
Thank you. And now I ask School of Business Dean Ed Greer to please come forward so that he can present candidates for their baccalaureate degrees from the School of Business.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees and baccalaureate certificates in the School of Business that proudly follow in the footsteps of Boris Kodjoe please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Business, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by our tremendous faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of the Faculty in Business, it is my pleasure to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees and certificates. At this time, I'm going to ask School of Dentistry Dean Dave Surratt to return to the podium, please.
Will the candidates for the degree, bachelor's degree in dental hygiene, please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Dentistry, it gives me great pleasure to present these excellent and caring students who have fulfilled all the requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. I now ask L. Douglas Wilder School Associate Professor Megan Goff to please come forward and present candidates for their degrees.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees in the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs please rise? Mr. President, as Associate Professor of the L. Douglas Wilder School of Government and Public Affairs, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. I ask School of Nursing Dean Jean Giddens to come back to the podium again, please.
Thank you, President Rao. Will all candidates for all baccalaureate degrees in the School of Nursing please rise? Mr. President, as Dean of the School of Nursing, it gives me great pleasure to present these outstanding students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by our faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, with the recommendation of your faculty in nursing, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. At this time, I will ask Social Work Interim Dean Tim Davey to please come back to the podium as well.
Thank you, Mr. President. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work degree please rise? Mr. President, as Interim Dean of the School of Social Work, it gives me great pleasure to present these students who have fulfilled all the requirements and recommended by our excellent faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. At this time, I will ask University College Interim Dean Shelley Fowler to please come forward to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. President. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies in University College please rise? President Rao, as Interim Dean of University College, it gives me tremendous pleasure to present these outstanding students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by the faculty.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, it is my pleasure to confer upon each one of you the degree Bachelor of Interdisciplinary Studies. And at this time, I will ask Life Sciences Vice Provost Rob Tomes to please come forward to the podium.
Thank you, President Rao. Will the candidates for all bachelor's degrees in life sciences please rise? Mr. President, as Vice Provost for Life Sciences, it gives me great pleasure to present these talented students who have fulfilled all requirements and are recommended by their faculty.
And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, the Board of Visitors, upon the recommendation of your faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each one of you your baccalaureate degrees. And at this time, I will ask Provost Hackett if she will also return to the podium.
Thank you, President Rao. Right now, I'd like to invite Jim Williams, VCU Alumni President, to share some final remarks. Jim?
Thank you, Provost Hackett. On behalf of VCU Alumni Organization, congratulations on your graduation today. We're excited that you are joining more than 190,000 individuals across the globe who call themselves alumni of this world-class institution. It was actually 34 years ago today that I sat in this Coliseum for my initial graduation at VCU. Even more exciting to me was watching my two sons graduate in 2010 and 2014. Since my time as an undergraduate in the 1980s, I've watched VCU transform into the world-renowned research university that it is today. It has been fascinating to watch our university become the destination for aspiring artists, engineers, entrepreneurs, health professionals, and change makers. To let you know a little bit about VCU alumni, as you graduate here today, you are all officially members of VCU alumni. There's no need to fill out any paperwork or pay any fees. We now use an inclusive membership model where every graduate is a member of life at no cost. We encourage you to take advantage of this by attending alumni events, joining an alumni chapter or constituent organization, and utilizing your alumni benefits. We hope that every one of you will continue to strengthen your connection to the university in whatever manner you desire. There are currently more than 20 alumni chapters in cities across the country. While there's a strong VCU alumni presence in Richmond and the metropolitan Washington, D.C. area, we also have active groups around the United States, including New York, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Seattle, to name a few. Wherever you end up, a group of VCU alumni will be there waiting to connect. As mentioned earlier, gathered today are a number of alumni from the Richmond Professional Institute and the Medical College of Virginia, all of whom graduated 50 years ago or more. These alumni emeriti represent the history of our institution and are role models for us all, showcasing the value of staying connected to your alma mater for many years after your graduation. I encourage all of you to chat with our alumni emeriti today before you leave. take a few minutes and hear their stories. Just as these alumni have chosen to make their alma mater part of their lives, VCU will be part of your life forever. We will always be here to celebrate your achievements, recognitions, and successes throughout your personal and professional careers. Don't forget to stay connected to VCU in ways that are meaningful to you. Consider attending alumni events in person wherever you live, or tune in to view interesting alumni lectures and panels broadcast on Facebook Live. Take time to network with fellow Rams, mentor a student, return to campus or speak to a class, or volunteer your time in some other way. It has been my distinct honor and privilege to serve as the VCU Alumni President for the past 3 years. On behalf of all of us that represent VCU alumni, we congratulate you, VCU Class of 2018.
Thank you, Jim. And now I welcome your Student Government Association President, Destiny Moraney, to the podium to lead this year's class in the turning of the tassel.
So I know everyone has been waiting for this point. Thank you, Provost Hackett. It's my pleasure to lead my class in this great tradition to officially mark your new beginning as VCU's newest alumni. I ask you all to join me in turning your tassels from the right to the left side of your cap. Please do this now. Congratulations, Class of 2018!
Before we end the ceremony today, there are some people, some very important people, who have supported our graduates through the years and have made this day possible that we must formally acknowledge. Would the parents of our graduates please rise and be recognized? But it is not just the parents. There are others. Many of our graduates have their own families. So would the children of our graduates please rise and be recognized? Would the grandparents, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles of our graduates please rise and be recognized? The other relatives and friends who supported our graduates, please rise and be recognized. Okay, thank you. This now brings our commencement ceremony to a close. Yeah. Graduates, we ask that you kindly allow the platform party to exit first. Our marshals will then lead you in your recessional. On behalf of President Rao and the VCU Board of Visitors, we wish you all the very best. Once again, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.